Stay tuned for Airgun Detective.
Welcome to another episode of Airgun Detectives. I'm your host, JC, and today we're going to take the mystery out of both the Smith & Wesson 586 and 686 revolvers. These are replicas of the famous 357 models of the Smith & Wesson. So anyway, hey, I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're going to get plenty to eat today, that's for sure. But anyway, before we get started here, do me a favor if you hadn't, hit that subscribe button in the corner there. Doesn't cost you anything, it's absolutely free, but it really helps support the channel. In addition to that, check out my website when you have a chance, www.airgundetectives.com. On the site, we've got the t-shirts, we've got hats, and I have my Generation 2 bipods, so check those out when you have a chance. All right, let's get back to our subject on hand. This is the Smith & Wesson, the 586 and the 686. These are 12-gram CO2 pellet pistols. Yes, they have rifled barrels. These are pellet pistols. These are authentic weight and feel of the real Smith & Wesson 357s. They really are. These are heavy, solid guns, without a doubt. These are put out actually by Umarex, and they're made in Germany. These are high-quality, German-made. They're probably one of the highest quality built CO2 revolvers on the market. Anyway, so the big difference between the 586, other than the 586 is in the black finish, the 686 is in what they call their nickel finish. The 586 has a 4-inch barrel, the 686 has a 6-inch barrel. Other than that, they're identical guns. They sell replacement barrels that you can get these, so you can buy either a 4-inch barrel or a 6-inch barrel. Now these have been a little more difficult to come by as of late, but they are still out there, and if you do a hard search, you probably can find them. They have 10-round magazines, so they flop open just like a regular cylinder. But if you notice, you've got 10 rounds here, so you got 10 pellets that you can put in here, and these pop out. You can buy extra one of these, it's not a problem, and load them up. But these are all metal, they're solid metal, so they hold 10 shots, which is great. And these just slip on just like that, and you close it up. Also, let me show you real quick how to load the CO2 on these. So you've got your nice little rubber grip there. You're just gonna pop this off just like that. These have one of the best loading systems as far as the CO2 goes. Let me show you here. So you just drop your CO2 in just like this. Make sure that's loose. Okay. So you drop your CO2, and I like to put a little oil on the tip, whether it be a Pell gun oil or some type of silicone oil, but put a little oil on the tip of the CO2. It helps lubricate the inside of the gun. So anyway, you drop the CO2 in like that. You want to just tighten this nut up. It's right here. And then you simply just close that, and it pierces it. And then put your cover back on. You are ready to go. It's that simple. So these really are very authentic revolvers, without a doubt. So this one, the 586, has a 4-inch barrel. It's technically it's 9.5 inches long, and it does have these great rubber grips. The grips on these are fantastic, and this weighs about 2.5 pounds. Then if you will, you look at the 686. This one's in what they call their nickel type of finish. The 686, it has a longer barrel. It's got the 6-inch barrel, and the overall gun's 11.5 inches long. It also has the rubber grips, and this one weighs just under 3 pounds, about 2.8 pounds to be exact on that. They both have adjustable rear sights, and what did I do on these? Yes, I used the nail polish on the front sight, if you can see that. Just you put a dab on that. It also comes with a little tool here, so you can actually unscrew the barrel. It's a small little, almost looks like a little Allen with attached to a knob here. And then it comes with this, it's like a cleaning rod, but basically what this is, if the CO2 gets low and you happen to fire the gun and a pellet doesn't make it out of the barrel, you can push it out of the barrel with this. And the really cool thing is they all come with this nice hard case, this blue case. It's a solid foam case, so they come with that, which is nice. And this is kind of the same series, and I own them all, actually. Umarex has this German series, and you guys saw me do the Colt 1911, which has the small little 8-round magazine. This is the same family. This just has a 10-round magazine, obviously a revolver, and there's more room to put rounds in that type of magazine. But they make the Walther, the CP88s, the Beretta, the 92, the Colt, what I just covered, and then they have an H and K, and I think they even have one other model. I've got them all. I'll show them to you all at some point. But anyway, let's go see how these perform. Let's go have fun with these. Stay tuned for the next segment. We're going to check out our velocities on both the 586 and the 686. The 686 having the longer barrel. Then we can go ahead and see what the difference in velocity is. So I'm going to shoot 5 shots over the Crony. We're just going to use a Diablo Basic. It's just a 7-grain pellet, gives you a good gauge on velocity. And then I'll cover 2 other pellets as soon as I'm done with each of these. So let's start with 5 shots over the Crony with our 586. All right, shot number 1. 416. Shot number 2. 403. Shot number 3. 397. Shot number 4. 395. And shot number 5. 391. Okay, so there's your average velocity just with a 7-grain lead pellet. Now I covered 2 other pellets for you. 586, we did the match greens. They're a 5.25 grain pellet. It actually averaged 515 feet per second. That's a pretty light pellet. And then we did the match lights. They're a 7.87 grain H&N pellet, H&N Sport, and we averaged 390 feet per second on that one. Okay, now let's test the 6-inch version. Now let's try our 686. We'll do 5 shots over the Crony, see how well we do. Same Diablo Basic, 7 grain. All right, shot number 1. 451. Shot number 2. That one didn't read. We got an error. See if we can get past that. Shot number 3. 435. Shot number 4. 424. 411. Let's just do one more. CO2 is cooling down, so it's slowing down a little bit, but we'll do one more. 405. All right, so you can see we do get a little bit more velocity out of the longer barrel. We would expect that. But also the other pellets, the match greens, we averaged 561 feet per second with those. And the match lights, which is a 7.87 grain pellet, we average 450 feet per second with those. Those are roughly, not too far off with what we're shooting now. So anyway, that's how the 686 did. So let's move on to the next. Now we're going to do an accuracy test. We're going to test both the 586 and the 686. All right. And we're going to go ahead and use the Splatterburst targets. This here is an 8-inch target. I want to thank Splatterburst once again because they really do identify our impact points. The pellets we're going to use for this, we're going to use the match lights. They're an H&N match light. They're a 7.87 grain. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to do the best grouping that we can. Now, I got some new glasses here thanks to my buddy Paul out of Canada. He sent these to me. They got a little magnifier on the bottom. So I'm going to see if that helps a little bit with the sights, so with the open sights. So that's kind of what these are designed for as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to go ahead and shoot our usual, well, this is about 32 feet because we're shooting just this small pistol here. So about 32 feet. And remember, we're going to go for grouping. But go ahead and take a quick look about how far we're shooting. All right, let's see how well we can make this group. Oh, and one drop there. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's move on and try our 686. All right, we're going to try our 686 now, and I got something special for you guys. Got to set up carbine style. So let's shoot 5 shots, same target, same distance, same pellets, still the match lights, and see how well they do. That's one. 2. 3, 4, 5. Not a bad group, really. But as you can see, as that CO2 cools, I probably could have waited a little longer in between shots. You can see how the group spread out just a little bit, but very respectable. So let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's do a trigger test on our 686. The 586, 686, same trigger, pretty much the same exact weight. So I'm just going to demo one for you. So we'll do the 686. I'll do it double action and single action. Okay, so first we'll start with double action. Got our trusty Lyman trigger gauge here. Let's make sure we're ready to go. All right. Okay, so 6 pounds, 15 ounces, 6 pounds, 15 ounces. That's for double action. So let's reset this and try it in single action. All right. 4 pounds, 2.9 ounces. So 4-pound trigger in single action, a little over 6 pounds in double action. Really nice trigger, really is. All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right. My favorite portion of any video, you know, is plinking. And guess what? We got a special guest today. We got Lucy's dad. Lucy's dad's going to shoot with us. So Lucy's dad's going to take the top row, and I'm going to take the bottom row. We're our usual, 32 feet back. Go ahead and take a quick look. Okay, so now we're just going to see how well we can do. We each got 10 pellets. This is just for fun. Whether we hit the targets or not doesn't really matter. So we're just going to have fun. You ready, Frank?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Say hi, Frank.
Hi.
Okay, so Frank, you got the top row, I got the bottom row. Whenever you're ready. Let's start with the bigger cans. That's all right. Just hold steady there. There you go. Good job, Frank. Good job. Excellent, excellent. He's tearing it up, guys. He's tearing it up. Come on. There you go. You got one more over there. Come on, you can get that guy. Yes! Excellent. Excellent. Frank's a heck of a shooter. He's a heck of a shooter, isn't he? All right, let's move on to the next segment. Okay, let's wrap this up with our conclusion. That was fun. We had a lot of fun doing some shooting there. These are really fun pistols. If you guys like CO2 pistols, as far as revolvers go, these are pretty awesome. Anyway, hey, I want to thank Frank. That's actually Lucy's dad for helping us do a little plinking there. I think Frank did actually a really good job, so it was kind of nice to have him do it. And that, again, that's the wonderful thing about air guns. It's something for the whole family. You can teach the young ones gun safety, early up. Teach them the proper handling of guns, and that'll carry off for a lifetime, so that's for sure. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about these. I really don't have any negatives. The only thing I will mention is these are not inexpensive guns. They're expensive. And they range anywhere between $170 and $280. But it's like anything. You buy something that's expensive but also high quality, it's going to last you. It's going to last for generations upon generations. So let's talk about the positives. These are heavy, very solid guns. They're a high quality build. As I said before, they're all built in Germany. And they're just smooth as can be when you're operating these. So like I said, this is something you could hand down. I love the fact that you have adjustable sights. They're completely adjustable for windage and elevation in the back. Also, you can get accessories. You can get a scope rail for these. And you guys saw me with the scope on the gun itself. And what else is they have other little accessories like this. You guys can check this out. I'll give you a little close up here. This just basically, you just take the left grip off, and then this just screws on. It's this simple. This just goes on just like that. Boom. That's it. And then you turn it into a little carbine. These are probably really hard to find, but Smith & Wesson, these are actually a Smith & Wesson brand product. But they work fantastic, as you guys could see. It's just kind of fun to turn it into a carbine style But again, good luck trying to find those. They're kind of tough. I love the fact they have a 10-shot magazine. Actually, these guns were really powerful, both the 5.86 and the 6.86, and they both exceeded the manufacturer's claimed feet per second. So you gotta love that. And we were shooting lead pellets, which was great. And you saw when I did the Crony test, if you shoot the non-lead in this thing, whoa, they're both shooting well over 500 feet per second, which is crazy. We had good accuracy. Anytime I told you that you can shoot, around an inch or so from that 32 feet, 10 meters, you're actually doing pretty good. And the reason I put the scope on that and set that up, I wanted to show you the actual potential so it wouldn't take away from the gun me shooting it in open sights. Because sometimes you think you got the perfect sight picture and you just don't. That's for sure. But hey, I want to thank Paul again for sending me those glasses, because they're help out a little bit. They really do. And just take a little bit getting used to, but it kind of helps with the sight picture. Okay, so we covered the good accuracy. How many shots do we get per COT? We get about 5 magazines. So you get about 5 really good magazines. You're getting about 50 shots. But those are good, powerful shots. The other thing I want to mention is the cool factor. I mean, these are replicas of the famous Smith & Wesson 357s. Like I said, the 6.86 and the 5.86. And they are just incredible to hold. They really are. The grips on these are just fantastic. They're a rubber textured grip, and they feel really good in the hand. Like I said, they're really fun to hold on and fun to shoot too. And the trigger mechanism on them, they are smooth, really, really smooth. So you gotta like that. So how would I rate these guns? They gotta be 5 stars. They're 5 stars. These are probably the most high-end revolvers that you can purchase when it comes to an air gun. And when you pick them up, you'll see it. I mean, they are just so heavy and solid. I can't emphasize that enough. So yeah, definitely 5 stars. Well, anyway, the other thing I want to address real quick is I just want to make sure you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. There's a lot of stuff going on out there in this world right now. So let's give thanks. Let's give thanks for our family and friends, that inner circle. And the rest of it we'll deal with, but we can deal with it together. Anyway, with that, don't forget, this is where we take the mystery out of the air gun. So until next time, get lots of shooting in, enjoy these moments with your family, and God bless. Take care.